Hello beloveds, this is Nikita Rasanya. Welcome to my channel The Awakening Soul. We are here to explore on different subjects, life's lessons and experiences to help you awaken the deepest and beautiful aspects of yourself, to reconnect with yourself and to fall in love with yourself once again. In the last session, I discussed about gratitude, and I believe you must have started practicing gratitude into your life. If you haven't yet, then please watch the first session and do the needful. I request you to comment on how was your experience like and how did you find those practices like. So please comment on what did you learn from the last session and how you are finding those exercises on gratitude. Kindly don't drop any judgments on what it should be like or what is there or what is not there, because we are here to awaken the beautiful parts of ourselves, and dropping the judgments is the first step, and I really want you to comment on what did you learn and how is your experience like. That is more important to me. So please do share your learning. Okay, and so let's start with today's session. Breath is our consciousness. Breath is our anchor. Breath is grace. Breath is God. Breath is how you connect with yourself. So let's start with our breathing exercise. In today's exercise, you will be using your thumb and forefinger. So you have to press on your right nostril, breathe in, cover it, breathe out. Okay, so please let's do it together for 3 times. I want you to do this exercise throughout your day and in the coming days. Now this exercise helps you to balance your brain, and the topic that we are going to discuss today needs a lot of balance into your system. So let's get started. Today's affirmation is, I accept myself just as I am. I am whole and complete and perfect. Write it down. I accept myself just as I am. I am whole and complete and perfect. Know thyself. Yes, know thyself. Know who you are. Today's topic is know thyself. Know who you are. Now, in the workshops, when I ask clients like, tell me who you are, and they come up with this interesting answers that my name is this, I'm pursuing this, my occupation is this, I am that. But do you think that that is what you are, or you are much more than that? That is what we are going to find out in today's session. Know thyself. That's the only real job in your life that you have to find out. You have to find out who you are. Okay? Let me tell you first thing that you are not your name, you are not your occupation, you are not your achievements or accomplishments, you are not your success, you are not the materialistic things that you own, you are not your possessions. You are not any of these things. You are much more than that. Okay? All this, the education, our success and our achievements and accomplishments, all this are really important, and we do have sense of identification of these things. But you see, these are a part of our life. This is how we form our social identity. But we make a mistake when we make all of these things as our personal identity. See, for example, if you are having a really good time with success, means you have whatever you want and you are just living the life that you had ever wished for. But and you feel, and then you start feeling really good about yourself, you start feeling worthy and lovable and important, and that I am enough. But let's say when you meet failure, or let's say this positive, this rich environment is completely excluded from your life, then how do you feel? You feel sad, you feel upset, you feel depressed, okay, and you start feeling that I'm unimportant, or I'm not worthy, or maybe I don't have anything important to do in my life or with my life. So this experience happens when we start developing our personal identity with whatever we have in our life or whatever we are earning in our life. We start making attachments to this social identity or to our success and accomplishments, and we derive meaning about life, we derive all the meaning about ourselves from whatever possessions or things we have achieved and earned. But that's not who you are, okay? You are much more than your circumstances. What I'm trying to say is, you are not what you have achieved, earned, or ever desired for. This is all conditioning. As a child, we all were so perfect, and we were all so perfect and comfortable in our own body, in our own identity. But through conditioning over the years and through our experiences with life, family, friends, other authority figures, we started developing a new identity about ourselves. Now if you are lucky, and if you have a caretaker or a environment that is very rich and supportive, then you may feel good about yourself. But let's say if your environment is not that loving or positive, then the identity you derive about yourself could be faulty, right? And then when you meet life's experiences, you keep on framing more and more identity about yourself. So it's like when you are having a really good time and you are on a Disney ride, you feel euphoric, you feel just so good about everything and about everyone else. But when you are having hard time, and then you and then you just make that hard time, that failure, all about yourself, that's when you suffer. So it's so important to know who you are, okay? Listen, I want you to write these questions, okay? These questions will help you to understand that why it is important to know who you are. Tell me, what brings joy to you? Like what excites your soul? You can ask to yourself, what excites my soul? What brings me joy? What makes me feel loved? Like what makes me feel so passionate about doing this? Do I have time for myself? That's a very important question. This should be the first one. Do I really have time for myself? Am I working on what I really want to do? What really excites my soul? What really feels so good to me? And tell me, do you have self-talk sessions with yourself? And if you have, then what kind of things you say to yourself? Most of the times we are living in our own minds, right? So it's so important to have a healthy relationship with yourself, with your mind, with your heart. So tell me, what kind of self-talk sessions you have with yourself? Are you loving and kind and compassionate with yourself when you talk to yourself? Or are you blaming and criticizing yourself? Are you focusing on the things that you have done wrong or have been wrong with you so far? Or are you also acknowledging the right things, the good things, the positive things that you have been doing? So these questions will help you to understand who you are. And knowing who you are, it's like a foundation. See, it's important to have good relationship with others, to achieve whatever you desire into your life, but it is also important to know who you are. That you must have a sacred place within yourself, a place that knows the answers, your intuition, your gut feelings. It's like a sacred room you must have within yourself, whom you can always rely on, whom you can always trust on. So it's so important to know who you are. And you know what, when you don't know who you are, then maybe you are living the life of others, and maybe you are living upon the expectations of others. You are desiring something, but you are doing completely opposite of that. And maybe you are aware of lot many things that you can do, but somewhere your own thinking or your own limiting beliefs are becoming an obstacle. That's because you don't know who you are. And when you know who you are, then you are always in alignment with your goals, with your desires, and with your dreams. Therefore, it's so important. Know thyself. Okay, I would like to share a Bible verse with you. It's my favorite. The first one is, a good tree, so I want you to note it down, okay? A good tree bears a good fruit, and a bad tree bears a bad fruit. Listen carefully. A good tree bears a good fruit, and a bad tree bears a bad fruit. A good tree cannot bear a bad fruit, and a bad tree cannot bear a good fruit, for the tree is known by its fruit. For the tree is known by its fruit. You are known by what you want to do, or what are your actions like. So you are the tree, and it's up to you what kind of fruit you want to provide to yourself, to your life, and to the world. Now when you know who you are, then only your abilities, your skills, your talents shine in alignment with your desires. Okay, here's the second verse. My cup runneth over always. My cup runneth over always, meaning I'm so full inside of me that what is inside of me is mine, and what flows outside is yours. So you need to fill yourself first. You need to fill your cup full. Then only you will be able to serve others. You can do this thing. If you are holding an empty cup, so what will come out of it? You can't pour anything because it's empty. Although you have all of your desires and everything that you want to do, but you may not find any direction because you don't know who you are. You don't know how to do it maybe. But when your cup is full, you know how to pour the things that you really desire. Yeah, so these two verses will help you to understand. Know thyself. Eckhart Tolle says that Eckhart Tolle says that when what matters most to you has the power to upset you. Okay, what matters most to you has the power to upset you. So the question is to ask yourself, what are the things that really upsets and disturbs me? This is a good criterion to find out about yourself. What are the things that upsets and disturbs me? This will help you to understand who you are, because when you are listing down what are the things that actually upset you, you can find out what can you do about it. You will come up with new response and new tools to deal with it. Okay, so know thyself. This is really important. When you know yourself, who you are deep down, then you actually live your life meaningfully. You live your life as per the plans of God. You know, you may think of yourself as I'm really good or I'm not good, but the plans, the universe already have plans for all of us. Now it's up to us what we truly want to manifest. Okay, and your life so far has been through a lot of experiences and opinions and everything, but you are not the opinions of others, you are not the expectations of others, you are not even your name and occupation or anything else. You are much more than that. Know yourself, because then you will see that you are beyond the circumstances that has happened to you or with you. You are beyond that. You are much more than that. And when you reconnect with yourself, when you give yourself time to know who you really are, then you will surely achieve the life that you want. So here I leave you with exercises. Just a minute. Your exercise number 1 is, you have to write a letter to your younger self. Why you have to write a letter to your younger self? That will help you to reconnect with yourself. So here you are the adult self right now, and you are talking with your younger self. Give all your love and compassion. Share everything that you are now. You can just describe your feelings freely. Don't be judgmental at all. This is the letter that you are writing to yourself, to your younger self. So share everything that you want to share, all of your feelings, give all your love and good energy. And in the end, I want you to write these affirmations. I love you. And say your name. I love you. I love you just as you are. You are important. You are worthy. You are valuable. Your opinion counts. Your ideas counts. You are worthy. What you do counts. You matter. I love you. Your name, and thank you. This is because that you did everything on that time with all of your knowledge, understanding, and awareness you had then. And now you have this different understanding, knowledge, and awareness. So no need to feel bad or guilty about anything. Write a letter to your younger self and describe all your feelings. Okay. Exercise number 2 is, pick up any difficult or challenging situation that you have had in your life and be an observer. Means you are standing, you are write down the situation and then visualize that you are observing yourself, the situation, or if anyone if anyone was there in that situation, and you just standing apart and just observing the entire situation and write it down. Write your observations, and the hard part is choose to let it go. Just 3 words: let it go. Okay, that's a practice number 2. Pick up any difficult situation and detach yourself from it completely. By detaching yourself from it completely, you are becoming an observer. By detaching yourself completely, you are not at all taking it personally. You are not at all identifying yourself with whatever has happened to you. And you are just being an observer and noting it down. And then you will come up with a new response. Okay, and just write it down, and you have to do it that I choose to let it go. It may be hard for me right now, but I am willing to let it go. Your willingness to let it go is also enough. So I am willing to let it go. And this will help you you can just imagine that all of your judgments and opinions you are letting it go, like you are sitting on a river bank, and leaf is floating on the surface of the water, and just imagine that all your judgments and opinions and attachments about that difficult situation or your expectations are just flowing on the leaf, and it is just passing away. Or let's say that your judgments and these expectations are like the clouds in the sky, and they are just passing away, right? And one more exercise, I want to share it with you. Just give me a minute. Okay, I forgot to take the book actually. And yeah, so when you let it go, what happens is that when you detach yourself from the circumstances, you are seeing beyond what has happened to you. And the third exercise is collage making. This will help you to know thyself. Now see, you can wait, first I'll show it to you. Okay, I hope you can see it properly. See, this is what I have made. These are the words like truth, what is like greatest hits, beauty within. Then this is the lady sitting looking herself in the mirror, and then like this is a good metaphor, no? Like this is you and this is your younger self. This is love, love, love. And then treat yourself, live your best life, born to glow, just one thing. And here is another. So what this exercise will do is this will help you to know yourself. So just pick up any magazines or anything, and just cut down the pictures that deeply resonates with you, that deeply like you can ask yourself, who am I without all the expectations? Who am I without all the judgments? Who am I without this conditioning thing, without this conditioning process? And then whatever, and just ask, who am I? And whatever comes into your mind, I want you to cut down those words or those liners or pictures, and just make a collage out of it. Like see, what does this mean? This is interesting. This is I've written drop, and she has wore overcoat, which means that drop all the judgments and expectations, drop just what is not needed. So I'm willing to release this pattern. Then this is a phone cover of Gucci. Like you are not your label, you are not what the things which you can get or which you cannot get, because often we start judging ourselves, as in if I have a really good stuff, then it means I'm worthy. But that's not the thing. You are already worthy. And this is like love the shape of you, your body, your rules. We try to change ourselves a lot just to meet the expectations of others, or to feel like if I become like so and so, then maybe I'll feel love. That's not the thing. You are love. Hear me again, you are love. So this way I want you to make a collage, pick up a magazine or anything, and just ask yourself, breathe in. Yeah, we are doing that exercise. Breathe in and say, who am I? The answers will show up, and then just cut it down and make a collage. Okay, so comment on what have you learned from today's session, and please do these 3 exercises. Roll back and just write it down if you have missed on anything. For practice number 1 is write a letter to your younger self and describe all of your feelings. Practice number 2 is take up any challenging situation and act as an observer and write it down, and then choose to let it go. Say, I am willing to let it go. And the third is collage making. Ask yourself, who am I, and search for all the things that resonates with you, and just make a collage out of it. And please share your experience. I would like to leave you with the closing affirmation today, and it's coming from the book You Can Heal Your Life by Louise Hay. Listen, in the infinity of life where I am, please note it down, okay? In the infinity of life where I am, all is perfect, whole and complete. I believe in a power far greater than I am, that flows through me every moment of every day. I open myself to the wisdom within. I open myself to the wisdom within, knowing that there is only one intelligence in this universe. Out of this one intelligence comes all the answers, all the solutions, all the healings, all the new creations. I trust this power and intelligence, knowing that whatever I need to know is revealed to me, and whatever I need comes to me in the right time, space, and sequence. All is well in my world. I want you to hug yourself and say, I love myself. So here we end up. Know thyself, and please comment on how's your experience like. And we breathe. See you. Thank you.